So what's up everybody, it's me, Drew Star Screamer. And if you caught my last video, you might have heard there's a bit of a giveaway in the works, and just to let you know, we're pushing for 1,000 subscribers. That's right, we're pushing for, yeah I know, we're talking about this, but I'm talking about this right now. We're pushing for 1,000 subscribers, and if you want to be on the vanguard of that giveaway, you gotta sub up. Alright, now back to the actual review. We're looking at Cobra Raptor and, Chip Raptor Talon with General Ledger. When Raptor came out in the 90s, or the 80s, he was a unique character. He's an accountant who likes to dress like a Birdman. I kid you not. Probably one of the goofiest, dumbest, silliest characters ever. He was in the comic. He was prominent in the comic. He was, read that stuff. He was there with the, all buried in the container with, Mindbender and the fake Cobra Commander and all that stuff. But anyway, he's a goofy guy. But this figure right here is taking somebody that kind of crazy and goofy and making him look pretty badass, to be honest. So I've been excited for this guy. Amazon dropped him off the other day. Beautiful freaking artwork here. Trouble Bubbles him, so no other real spoilers in the background. But yeah, let's get this guy open. I've been excited for this figure, I gotta say. So let's see how he looks. I gotta give Hasbro credit. I gotta give him credit. The current Hasbro crew credit, taking a character as stupid as Raptor and making it pretty freaking badass, to be honest. How can I put this? There's more that I like than what I dislike. Okay, let's start with that right there. This is, again, there are some, I don't want to say questionable choices. There's some directions I kind of wish they didn't do. Let me phrase it like that. I wish they did some things differently. I have one complaint, but overall, yeah, I like this figure a lot. A whole lot. I mean, I got them all geared up, which of course, see, that's kind of one of my issues right there. But that's, so first of all, I love my classified figures having all their gear. And they gave him just enough gear. So remember the issue I had with that 2-pack with that Steel Brigade, whatever. I always call them Steel Brigade, whatever they're called. So the Troop Builder set that just had too much stuff. No, this guy has just enough stuff. So that's one thing I already like about this. They definitely make Raptor feel more like a Dreadnought than a, accountant. So maybe he's the Dreadnought's accountant, I don't know, but it works for me. So they got that going for it. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and take this off. We're gonna be talking about this. There's some really, really cool things going on here. Take off that, and so he comes with these claws, which I think these are the same ones that Nunchuck came with. I could very much be wrong. His may actually be shorter than these, but he's got these claws here, which are very cool, which makes sense because he's a raptor flying around, bird of prey. He's got these are his talons, and it also makes sense as kind of close combat for the air. I mean, albeit there's not many reasons he would be needing to go close combat in the air when Joe has things like, small helicopters and actual vehicles, but he can do it. Fly down, claw somebody, or actually just getting into actual hand-to-hand combat, which is why I said he looks more Dreadnought-ish than a County. His tattoos are fantastic. This tribal look here on the chest, going down his spine, looks absolutely awesome on his arms. The actual vest looks really cool. It's got this necklace on here. He's got that torso body which I always think with a bear, when it's a bear torso, the ball and peg should be used, just because I think it looks cleaner. Plus you can get a few more natural poses to it. My god, that belt buckle is awesome. I don't know how they're going to reuse it, but I look forward when they do. His actual face paint or his mask is really neat. You can make up the eyebrows on here. And then he's got his faux mohawk on here, which is nice. One of my issues with the articulation is, again, a flight character. He's a flight character, and he's got that double barbell, so he really can't look up when flying at all. And that kind of annoys me. I do wish he could look up. I could say, hey, you could bend your torso and fly, but the way the wing pack is designed, it doesn't work. Nice holster here, which the pistol is two-colored and has a hole for an effect part. Nice solid slug, no bendiness. He also comes with a dagger, which is just, I got right here. It's a painted blade. It came out of the package, no bendy. I love the boots that have the feathers, and then the feathers on the gauntlets. So the theme really carries through this character very, very well. The headdress is kind of forgettable. I actually think he looks cooler without it, to be honest. It really brings out this face, but it just sits on here. Now I know some people, well actually if you've ever seen Articulated Ninja, he always talks about like kit bashing things like for Native Americans and such. You could absolutely repurpose this headdress for something like that. And I think, again, I think he looks fine without it. I mean, he looks okay with it, but I don't think it would be sucking if he didn't have it, per se. I'll put him over here. The jetpack itself, or the wing pack, is basically, let's combine the Vulture with the Falcon in all the right ways. Just a really neat design. You know, the wings, they hinge up here. We can flap them out here. We also have another, point here, so you can kind of bend them back a little, fold them down, kind of really tuck them away so that won't take up. So when you put that on his back again, it takes up a lot of depth on the shelf, but it won't take up too much of the width on the shelf, and that looks actually really cool. I got the internal fan here. Again, reminds me very Vulturist. It almost makes me wonder if they took that mold and scaled it down, to be honest. But then we don't have the fan on the other side, but we do have some jets here, which have a little bit of burn, as if it's been flying through. They call this, I guess, this is the Rip Wing, the CM2. I have no idea the significance. I like the little weathered edges here. I think it would almost be kind of cool if he could if those could extend, or he could fire those as like a ballistic projectile. But that's just my personal canon. And got the little. It's really well painted. That's another nice thing. They could have easily put a lot of cheapness to it, and this has some depth to it. My only sort of issue with it is it's just being held in by a single back peg, which it holds in well enough, but if you watch my Metalhead review, Hasbro did a really nice job of having 3 points of contact for the backpack to plug in, and I really think they could have done that with this vest. They could have just put in 2 soft pegs on there, and then 2 small soft receptacles, right? Two pegs there, 2 small female ports on here, and I think that would have held it in place really well. That's just me, but it's well enough. Finally, we have General Ledger, and he's useless. He is utterly useless. I mean, it looks cool. He's got the little hood on him to keep, like if you've ever seen Falconers, they do that. He is static, and if you watch my Shipwreck review, they did a great job of giving him that peg leg so you could plug him into a couple places for him to stay solid. Here, he doesn't grip anywhere on him. I can hold the arm out, and it's a really, there's no place for him to grab, which is a shame because look, he's got a peg here in the back of his talons, and I'm a liar. And I'm a freaking liar. Never mind. Right here in the gauntlet, there it is. I'm a liar. Ooh. That's soft, and that doesn't want to go in there that well. But there is a peg right here. Yep, real time. And it does not want to go in right. It doesn't want to go in easy, but it can't. In theory, this could be sitting on here. Let me phrase that. So maybe this is just too gummy plastic. Yeah, the execution for this could have been better. That's my thought on that. So there's a peg hole on there. Maybe I'll try to figure it out by the time I take some kind of photograph of him. But I find that kind of stupid, to be honest. I liked the eagle that came with Spirit much, much better. But let me go back to his deco here. I mean, look at the boots. He's got freaking talons on his boots. I do not know how they're going to reuse this sculpt. I really don't. Because if this is... I mean, there's a lot of one and done here, potentially, for such a throwaway character. And I absolutely applaud them for doing it. Everything else is usual G.I. Joe, articulation, drop down hip, kick out, calf swivel, thigh swivel, yada, 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 as Elaine would say. So 2 more quick criticisms. One, as you can see, I did get General Ledger onto the arm, but those, where the placement of where that pinhole is atrocious. It's at the back of the gauntlet, which, as you can see how the gauntlets are on his arms, it just doesn't look like when you doesn't look right when you rotate it proper. So no matter how you do it, it just does not look natural at all. I think that would have been better off putting the hole on his shoulder as opposed to on the gauntlet. Second, these shoulders, they do not give me a good T-pose at all. Every time I think I'm getting it up, I'm getting it rotated outward properly, it looks like it either I'm not able to get it to snap one more time on the detent, because when I do, it feels like the bicep, the arm is coming out of the peg, and that has me a little worried. I have had that happen before with an actual Marvel Legends, so I don't want that to happen with a classified, especially a deluxe one. So it just does not look natural at all. So I'm not a fan of how they handled that gimmick. Of course, as soon as I mention I can't get that shoulder to get to a T-pose, I get this one into it. Still haven't been able to get the other one into it, but I get this one into it. Still, I go back to what I said before, though. The pluses absolutely outweigh the minuses, alright? Yes, I've got some gripes to it. I would have liked to have more points of contact for the backpack. I would have liked the ball torso jet here, and this, and yes, the shoulders could be a little better. The General Ledger whole thing, the Falcon, having the Raptor bird, pet bird thing, whatever. I'm sorry, they totally failed on execution on that. But here's the thing. This, once again, I can throw it off to the side. It has the bird has no bearing to the figure. The bird has no bearing to the character. So I'm not going to keep on harping about that, because honestly, he looks very badass. He looks cooler than he has any right to be with his character history. So I absolutely recommend Raptor. I've seen some cool things online where people have given the wing pack to a Desert Garrison Cavalry figure, which not Garrison, Desert, Steel Brigade figure, Steel Corps. That was that last review I was talking about. But for a Desert Steel Brigade figure, and it looked very cool. Or Desert Condor, that would look really cool. So this, I'm not saying the price of admission is worth it alone for the backpack, but for being a deluxe, you are absolutely getting, I think, what you're paying for, which is a big thing for me. Value, as you know, is very important in our hobby. We don't want to just throw away money for the sake of throwing it away. So I do recommend Raptor. I do recommend I like, again, everything about it. Bird, useless. The cap can actually be repurposed because I think he looks better without it. And, yeah, that's my thoughts here. But more importantly, let me know your thoughts. That's what the comment section is for down below, of course. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Tell your friends. The sooner we get us to 1,000, the sooner the vanguard of you guys can go near that giveaway. I'm dropping hints here on the prize, people. I think you can figure it out. So, we get to 1,000, I'm going to say it. I'm giving away a vanguard. So, stick around. keep your eyes open for the next views, and for the next videos, and most importantly, as always, until next time, take care. Peace.